Good morning. It is 6 o'clock. We are ready to get this workout started. We have a total body workout today. We're going to be focusing on the push muscles. We're going to be going through a couple of different timed blocks. So we have an EMOM to start out with. So that's every minute on the minute. We'll be working through a certain amount of reps, and then we have that rest after we finish those reps. And then we're going to go through a timed block, which is going to be 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, and then another EMOM. And then at the very end, we have a 4-minute little challenge that we will work through together today. So you're going to need 2 medium weight dumbbells. You're going to need 2 really lightweight dumbbells. And then you're going to need 1 heavy weight dumbbell. All right, so we'll go ahead. We'll get started with a 3-minute warm up. So we're just going to start with those body weight squats. We're going to go heavy in the heels, coming up, squeezing those glutes at the top, and use those arms during this warm up just to get those arms moving. We do have quite a bit of upper body in this workout today. All right, you guys, we're going to go into some big arm circles here. So just slight little bend in your knees, big circles. And then we're going to reverse those circles. Nice job. We're going to bend at the hips here, reach down to those calves, sit back in that squat, right arm up, left arm up, and then stand up. Do a couple of these here. Nice job. We're going to go into that side lunge, sitting back in that hip, using those arms. Try to get that heart rate up just a little bit here. All right, for this one, we're just going to bring that arm across your body. We're still sitting back in that hip. One more here. And then we're going to go into that plank walkout. So for this one, hinging at the hips, we're going to walk it down. Bring that right foot up. We're going to rotate, twist, and reach for the ceiling. Walk it right back up. And then down. Left side. Turn and rotate. You guys know the drill. We're going to do a couple more of these. Nice job. We're going to do one more here. And that will complete our warm up. Last one. All right, nice work, you guys. Come on up. Make sure you have that water next to you. The first block, we have EMOM. So we're going to go through 3 rounds of these, 1 minute apiece. The first one's going to be a goblet squat. You're going to take that 1 heavy weight dumbbell. You're going to hold it right here next to your chest. Feet are straight ahead. And we're just going to sit back in that squat, making sure you keep your chest nice and proud. And you're going down like you're sitting in that imaginary chair, coming up, squeezing those glutes, but we're not going to push our hips forward, okay? The second one, we're going to go through an alternating lunge with a press. So medium weight dumbbell, we're going to bring it down, and then we're going to stand it up, bring that dumbbell to your shoulder, and then you're going to press, okay? So we're going to go through 12 of these. We're going to go 6 on the right, 6 on the left, and then we get that break, okay? Those are our two exercises. We're going to start with those goblet squats. We have about 20 seconds here, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So grab that heavy weight, you guys. Don't be afraid to grab the heavy one on this. We're using all lower body here. So you're just going to hold that dumbbell really nice and tight to your chest. And we're going to be sitting back in that squat. All right, you guys, we have 10 to 12 is our rep goal here. In 3, 2, and 1, sitting back, 1, nice and slow, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go ahead and get those 12, 11, and 12. Nice work. We have 20 seconds to rest. So put that dumbbell down. We're going to grab those medium weight dumbbells, and we're going to go to that lateral lunge to that press. And remember, we have 6 on the right and then 6 on the left. We're going to start going to our left. We're holding that dumbbell in our right. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. We're sitting back in that hip, just like in our warm-up. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to switch sides here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. And 6. You guys, we're going to go right back into that goblet squat. Grab that dumbbell. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go for 10 to 12 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, and 12. Nice work. We get our little break here. On those lunges, we're not getting much of a break, but because we got that right and that left, we are getting a little bit of a break, just maybe not that cardiovascular break. All right. Back into those presses with that lunge. Right hand, left side. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. 6 on each side. Making sure you're sitting back in that hip and you're not just leaning to the side. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, guys, next side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. And 6. Nice job. We have to go right into that goblet squat, you guys. Get ready, grab that dumbbell. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Nice work. You have a nice little break here. You have 23 seconds. We have to go back in to that single arm lunge, but grab a drink if you need it. We're on our last little set here. We're going to go in about 5 seconds. Nice big deep breath. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2. Nice job, Erica. I love that I can see you. I love that you have your camera on. Last one. And we're going to switch hands here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Nice work, you guys. We are done with that first block. I'm going to demo our next 3 exercises. We're going to go into a timed block, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. The first one is a lateral to a front raise. You're going to grab those lighter weights, okay? And all we're going to do, slight bend in those knees, shoulders are rolled back and down. You're going to bring one arm out in front and then one arm out to the side. And you're just going to be switching through those. Then we're going to go down to the floor and we're going to go through a dumbbell pull over. Okay. So grabbing that heavier weight, you're just going to bring that dumbbell up and over, squeezing your core the entire time. And then we are back on our feet for this next one. You're going to grab those super light dumbbells, slight bend in those knees, and we're just going to make a Y. Okay. So bringing those arms out wide, elbows are straight, and we're going to make a Y with our body. Okay. We're going to go through 3 sets of each one. What we'll do is we'll stay on that first exercise 3 reps before we go down to the floor. All right, you guys, we're going front lateral raise in 3, 2, and 1. We have 45 seconds of work. I'm going to give you that halfway. These are going to get a little bit more challenging as we go through these 3 reps, but it's okay. We have 15 seconds left, and then we're going to get that little break. Because we're going to stay in this same exercise, we'll actually get that break because we're not moving around. 3, 2, and 1. Set those dumbbells down. Nice big deep breath. We have 10 seconds here, and we're going to go back into that same exercise. All right, you guys, let's grab those weights. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Make sure your knees are slightly bent. That's going to protect your low back. I don't know about you guys, but last week, the very last workout that we did together, that made my arms so sore and tired. I tell you what, I was like, okay, that was a great workout. I needed that. So you'll have to let me know if you felt the same. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, why are my arms so sore? Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Set those dumbbells down. We have 10 seconds to breathe here. We're going to go right back into that same exercise. All right, you guys, here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Slight bend in those knees. Make sure when you do these, you're not arching out your back. Keep that core nice and tight, nice and engaged here. We're halfway. The last one of these. We're working on our shoulders here. Summer is coming, right? I keep telling myself that. This has been the longest winter, I feel like. It's just been this weird cold weather, right? All right, guys, bring it down. All right. We are done with that exercise. You don't have to look at that one again. We're going to go down to the mat and we're going to do that dumbbell pullover. So grab your weight, either that medium or that heavy. Make sure your back stays nice and flat to the mat. My feet are planted to the ground. And I'm going to bring that dumbbell all the way to my belly button here, all the way over my belly button. Really focus on the muscles that we're working. It's that mind-muscle connection. We're over halfway here. Nice job, you guys. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Just set that dumbbell right next to you. Stay right here. Catch your breath. We're going to stay down here. We're going to go back into that same exercise. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Push your back up against your mat. Nice work. I'm really proud of you guys for showing up this morning. We got a nice crowd on today. It's great to see you guys, my OGs. All right, we're halfway. Couple more. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's put that dumbbell right next to you. Catch your breath. This is nice, isn't it? Just sitting here like this. You can just like take little naps. I need coffee. All right, last one. So yesterday I was out of coffee and I order my groceries. I don't ever go grocery shopping. I know that sounds horrible, but I just hate it and I'm not good at it. And I sometimes go to the grocery store and I walk out with nothing. So I just order Instacart. And I was out of coffee yesterday. And Andrew went to the gas station and got coffee and brought it back, which was very sweet of him. And you think I would have thought, oh, I should order coffee. Yeah, I didn't even think about it until this morning. All right, you guys, bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. We're done with that one. We're going to go into those Y raises. So you're going to grab those super light dumbbells. I have 5 pounds here. And all we're going to do is make that Y with our arms. So slight bend in those knees, and we're going to bring it out wide. And make sure you're using a really light weight. So this should not feel like you're trying to really pull up and it's hard, right? So kind of like those reverse flies that we do, we want to make sure that we're getting that full range of motion on these because these are very small muscles back here and we're trying to hit them right between those shoulder blades. And we need to get that range of motion in order to really be effective. So don't make them too heavy where you're just not able to bring those arms all the way out wide. Couple more seconds. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Little break here. You guys are going to be surprised tomorrow. You're going to feel back in here. You're going to feel those. All right. Next set. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Nice big. Out. Nice job. We're halfway. 10 more seconds, you guys. Hang in there. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Set those dumbbells down. Little break here. One more of those. And then we are moving on to our next block. All right. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. We're halfway. I should be feeling this. I know I am. Nice job. Bring it down in 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. We have a 1-minute little break here. I'm going to demo our next 2 exercises. You're going to get those 8 to 10 pound weight dumbbells ready. The first thing we're going to do is bicycle crunches. So we're going to go through 20 total. So it's 10 on each side. These are EMOMs. So 20 total, and then we rest. Okay. So all we're going to do for these, we're going to go nice and slow. Hands are behind my head. I'm not pulling on my neck. Okay. I'm going to bring that arm, that elbow, the opposite knee, and I'm going to keep my back nice and flat. And I'm going pretty nice and slow. Okay. That's bicycle crunches. And then we're going to go into that sit up with that press. Okay. 10 pound weight dumbbells, feet are flat on the ground. I'm just going to bring it up, and I'm going to press these nice and tall, and then roll it down. So we're going to have 10 to 12 total here. Those are our 2 exercises. And then we go into that 4-minute challenge at the end of the workout, and then we're done. So we're going to start with those bicycles, 20 total, and then we get that break. So we're going to go through 3 rounds. All right, you guys, hands behind your head. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Awesome work. We have 30 seconds of rest right here. You gotta love when that happens. I feel like sometimes we don't get any rest. Sometimes we get 30, so that's great. We'll take it. All right. We're gonna go into that sit up with that press. So you could use 1 weight here too, if you don't want to use 2, but as long as you're pressing, that's all we need to make sure we're doing. We're gonna go through 10 to 12 here, and we're gonna go in a couple seconds. All right, you guys, here we go in 3, 2, and 1. We're sitting up and we're pressing. So that's 1. Roll that spine down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to stop here because we do need to have that little break. So we have about 15 seconds of rest here. We're going to go back into those bicycle crunches. All right, nice big deep breath. Let's get ready. 20 total. Hands behind your head. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure your shoulders are off the ground. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. We have 30 seconds of rest here. And then we're going to go into that sit up to press. So get those dumbbells ready. All right, we're going to go in about 15 seconds. All right, let's get ready. Feet are flat to the ground. Back is pushed up against that mat. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. 1. Roll down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice work, you guys. We have about 18 seconds of rest here. We're going to go back into those bicycle crunches. I will have to tell you, I've been working on phase 2 of this program, and I do want to add some steps in here. So I'm going to put something in the group for you guys as far as like getting some type of step, something you could step up on. All right, you guys, here we go. Bicycles, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, hang in there, 19, and 20. Awesome work. We have 30 seconds of rest. So something that we can step up on, we're going to be using some weights and that step. We'll also use it for some tricep dips and just lots of new things I can bring just with one piece of equipment. It's not expensive, so I'll put like a link in the group, and hopefully you guys can get that. I mean, if not, you can be creative too. You could even use like a little step stool, or I don't know, whatever you have at home, but I will put something in the group. All right, you guys, we are going into that sit to press. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo. All right. We're done with the dumbbells. Okay. Our next block is 4 minutes long. We're going to hold a plank for as long as we can. I know 4 minutes is not really realistic. When you do have to take your break, all you're going to do is start going into that plank walkout, just like we do in our warm up, not with the rotation, but just that plank walkout. So you're going to hold plank until you need to break, and then you're doing plank walkouts. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're going to get down to our mat, and we're going to start holding this plank right now. And actually, it's only 3 minutes and 30 seconds because I talked right through that first 30 seconds. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Even without coffee, I was still talking. All right, so we're holding. And then when you have to take a break, that's when you start your walkouts. And I probably will start my walkouts too. Not right now, but I'm sure I will. Making sure your arms are directly below your shoulders, making sure your butt stays nice and low, okay? Nice and straight. All right, I'm gonna start some plank walkouts. So I'm gonna come on up and I'm just gonna bring it down into that plank walkout. And then I'm just gonna walk it right back up. So I'm going to finish out my workout doing this. And if you guys are not in that plank position, you guys are also doing this. We have 2 minutes left. Now, what you can do is if you don't want to do these walkouts and you want to go back into your plank, feel free. But you're doing one or the other. You're not sitting there watching me do it. I hope you're not. I mean, I would never know. I can see Erica. I know she's not sitting watching me. But I don't know. Is anybody else? You guys would never do that to me. I know you wouldn't. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Come on, hang in there. One minute left of this workout, you guys. This is our grand finale here. This is our finisher. If you don't want to do this anymore, you're welcome to go into some burpees. I mean, kind of more of a challenge or a step up from this plank walkout. But hey, feel free. "15 seconds. I think this has been like the longest 4 minutes of my life. All right, I'll stop complaining. All right, you guys, last little one here. All right, bring it up. Woo, we made it. Ah, good job. Way to work hard. Happy Tuesday. I will see you guys Thursday morning. I'm going to go through some stretches here. Thursday morning, 6 a.m. I hope I see every one of you guys. You guys pump me up when you're on here. I love seeing you guys. Switch your arm. Bring both of those hands back. Grab them. We're just going to stretch through that chest. Keep your core nice and engaged here. All right, you're going to grab a chair, grab your wall next to you. Bring that right foot, that left foot up. You're going to bring that knee straight down, pointed down to your mat. Just make sure it's not out to the side. Get that good quad stretch in here. And then we're just going to switch legs. All right, we're going to bring it down to the mat. We're going to go through one more little stretch here. All right, so for this one, we're going to grab that right leg, bring it down to your mat. Nice big squeeze here. We're going to bring it across your body. Right arm out to the side. And we're just going to kind of breathe through this one. This is a really good stretch for your low back, your hip, your glute. All right, let's switch legs. Left leg here. Across your body. And we're going to bring that left arm out to the side. All right, we have 10 more seconds left of this warm up. Come on up, give yourself a round of applause here. You guys absolutely crushed it. I'm going to go have a cup of coffee. And I'm going to get this video uploaded for everybody who did not make it on today. But have an awesome, awesome day. And I will see you guys Thursday morning, 6 a.m. Way to crush it. Have a great day, guys.